All right, I'm clipping on my microphone here, making sure I sound okay. Going live here on Elizabeth Craft Designs Facebook page. I got my laptop over here watching. Here we are. How's everybody? There's Belinda and Sylvia and Yona. Welcome, welcome. Oh, and I can see the comments here, of course, right here. Hello, hello. Welcome. So you're going to see my face for a minute. Cora is here. Christine is here. Hi, Christine. We're going to make a banner today. I'm going to show you why I decided, hi Anita, why I decided to make a banner in the first place. There's Jennifer, Ans, Monique, hello. Oh, Goedenavond. There's Tiffany. Hey, Tiff. Sandra is watching. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. Okay, so I'm in the craft room. It's a chilly day. It's a perfect day for crafting. There's Elsie, Ellen, hey, Candace. Perfect day for crafting because it's chilly out there. It is, well, it's 53 Fahrenheit. It's not too bad. Thank you, Belinda. Hi, Andrea. Thank you, Anita. So I'll show you, I don't know if we had a little teaser or not, but this is the beginnings of my little banner we're going to make. And we're going to put a little something across the top too, if we have time. But before I forget, before we ever get rolling, of course, we need to announce our winner from last week, right? The $50 gift certificate winner is, there she is, and her name is Yolanda Tonison Dickmon. So congrats. You need to send a quick little email to Elizabeth Craft Designs, info@ecraftdesigns.com, and claim your prize. That's a nice little $50 prize, and awesome. And then also, speaking of prizes, we got the Black Friday sale going on, right? It started today, goes through next Tuesday, the 29th, and it's 30% off everything, your whole order. So be sure to use, now it is backwards, right? Yeah. So that is BF, like Black Friday 2022. So use that when you check out, when you're shopping, and you can get 30% off of everything. Yes, so let me, this is old school. I gotta flip you around. First, I'm gonna turn you to the other side so I show you where I'm gonna hang my banner. Okay, so lovely. There's my tripod, and there's some artwork over there from Jamie on the wall. And then do you see those two hooks? 1, 2. That's my closet door in the craft room. I always hang a banner there, but I don't have a holiday one. So I want to make one today with you guys. And that is right where I face every day when I craft. So I'm going to rotate you guys. Hold on a minute. We have to go twisty. Whoa. There we go. Tighten you up there. All right, let's scoot you over here. I got all kinds of little bits on my table ready to go. Okay, so I showed you the beginnings of my banner. I'm looking back at some of the comments real quick before we get started. Let's see. There we are. Hi, Karina. Petra's here. Hoi hoi, Saskia. Hi, Cindy. I love making banners too. Ellie, thank you. Oh, she's congratulating the winner. Vilma, hello everyone. Sharon. Yes, so hi Michelle. Michelle's here, Nancy's here, Karen's here. Yeah, it was backwards. I saw that, Tiff. Thanks. You guys can hear me okay, otherwise you would be telling me, I'm sure, by now. What was I saying? Oh, somebody has to designate themselves as the reminder person at the end of this live when we're getting close to the end to remind me to share the secret. I have a secret that I really want to share. But, you know, I'm going to tease you with it and then not tell you to the end. So somebody's got to remind me. Maybe Belinda. Belinda's always kind of good about stuff like this. Hello, Ina. Welcome. Dimfna. Oh, yes. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, of course, so that maybe perhaps next Monday you will be the winner of the $50 gift certificate. That's how that happens. We had a lot of people pouring in, so thank you, everybody. Welcome, welcome. All right, awesome. So we are going to make this banner, and we're not going to use a whole lot of new stuff. Actually, hopefully this is a lot of stuff that you guys already have. Or if you don't and you've wanted it, maybe this will make you finally take the leap with your 30% off and buy some of this stuff. So originally, you know, there is a, I think it's called Fitted Fishtails die from Elizabeth Crafts. It is just about like this. It's like a pennant and then smaller, 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 smaller. And I thought about getting it. I don't have it. Diane says she's counting on Belinda to be the reminder. Okay, Belinda's our girl. No pressure. But I didn't have that Fitted Fishtails die. So I was going to order it. I talked to Els and she was like, well, we don't have a whole lot in stock, so maybe let's not, you know, do that. So then we started looking at other sets that have that banner shape in them. And believe it or not, this one comes from, can anybody guess? The Suitcase Special, which I know a lot of you have, right? Let's see, Anya, those letters look like our Dutch. Oh, well, that's nice. So yes, there it is right there. It's one of the pages from the Suitcase Special, which has been around for a little bit, right? And people have been coordinating it with the camera die. So we are going to use this particular pennant and this scalloped border, some of these hole reinforcers, and the largest little tag set here. So the inset part and this part here. Looking at comments real quick. Yes, yes, go through your old stuff. You know, like, even if you don't feel like you need to organize, sometimes just kind of going through and tidying up and going through things makes you realize, oh my gosh, I have all these wonderful things that I had forgotten all about. So I love to do that too from time to time. This pretty thing here is from the Iris Shutter add-on set, and it's this one here. Of course, you could use any of these. They're pretty. But this one looks sort of like a doily, sort of like a wreath, so that's where that came from. You could certainly use an actual small doily. The measure on this one is, you know, like 3¼ inches. So you could probably find a little doily or a circle or some kind of die cut if you don't have that one in particular. But that's where that comes from. And of course the letters are from the Stitched Alphabet set, Planner Essentials 37. So those are great. And I'll show you a couple of other things as we get rolling where they came from, like this greenery and stuff like that. So I do want to get started. I'll take a quick look at comments before we start to assemble. Thank you, Susanna, for liking, commenting, and sharing. Femke, also, thank you, thank you. Yes, as soon as you start to organize, Cora, it's true. You find things. It's just amazing. Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's get rolling. I'm trying to scroll back to the comments where we are now. And Anya is putting links for everything that I'm using today, so that's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, so here we go. This paper is from the Christmas Lives Here collection. So if any of you did the December Days class with me, you know that paper pack really well. So I'll be using everything from there. As you can see, there's the back sides of this one. So the first thing you would need to do, of course, is to die cut, decide on your word. Mine is going to be Mary. And then go ahead and cut however many letters are in your word out of the pennant from that set. So this is this paper here that has that kind of tan, scratchy side. All right, and there's Cindy Bixby. She's so excited. Sweet. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my fifth one I've already made for the word Mary. And how we achieve this larger one in the background that looks like this paper here. There's a couple of ways you can do this, okay? You can make yourself a little template by just die cutting that pennant. I don't like to use the things I'm actually going to use, like, because I don't want to get pencil marks all over it. So I cut like a little template. You can do that, and then you need to cut a piece of paper that you're going to use for your outside. And the size here, I did it in centimeters as well, you guys, and I kind of messed up, so I think I got close. So 3 5/8 wide by 5 inches tall, or 9.27 centimeters by 12.7 centimeters. Okay, and then you can just lay your little template on your paper, and you're going to have it flush to the top, and then you would just have to trace the same distance, which is about 1/4 of an inch. Just trace 1/4 of an inch and cut away that little bottom part so that it looks like this. Okay, I made myself this template so that it's easy and I don't have to keep measuring that 1/4 of an inch, and I kept laying it on these pieces of paper and cutting it out. So there's 2 different ways that you can do it, but hopefully one of those is easy for you. Okay, Tiffany says, we rushed back in for breakfast to join. Good, thank you. Breakfast, because they're out in Las Vegas having a good time, having sister time. Okay, so we're going to assemble, and I should go ahead and do this one that I haven't done yet real quick. Els was just sending me a video from Canada of our retreat hotel for next October. Her and Yosette were walking around and showing me video and talking about all these, oh well, they showed me these wonderful views that we're going to have. It's just incredible. Hello, hello. Hi, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Good job, Francis, liking, commenting, and sharing. And R-I-E-K. Rick. I'm so sorry. All right, so we're going to take this, and of course that has the 3 holes because it's part of the 3-ring suitcase special. But we're going to cover those up. So we're just going to get these on here. The retreat sounds fab. Yes, the retreat is going to be fantastic because it's going to be a team effort. So I'm very excited. Well, I'm just excited to meet Esther and David and some others perhaps. We're working out a lot of details still. So I put that tape runner, but I'm adding a little bit of glue around those outside edges where I can't get super close with the tape runner. Yes, the banner would look gorgeous on a mantle. If I had a mantle, that's where it would go. And I'm going to show you at the end. There's, oh gosh, so many options for this one. Because, I mean, you could make it very mature and adult looking like this and classic, or you could make it very cutesy and kid-like by changing a few dies. If you have grandkids or little kids. Hello from Texas, Karen. Let's see. Deborah's asking Canada where? Banff, Canada. And the hotel I don't know the name of at the moment. But we will certainly have all those details once we get everything super duper ironed out. We will start to post all the details about how to register, how much it will cost, where it will be, how long it will be. Yes, Belinda, that's a good idea. You could put photos in the centers of the circles rather than words, for sure. That'd be so cute. When is it? Mary Claire. Mary Claire. Hello. It is, gosh, my planner is not within reach, but it is October. I want to say 16th through the 20. No, that's not right. 16th, around the 16th of October next year. But don't hold me to it. Like I said, we will get all those details out there for sure. Well, Angela, we'd love to have you. Yes, this banner can be as long as you want it to be, for sure. As long as you have enough paper. Absolutely. Okay, so we want to cover those holes at the top. That's been inked. That one's ready. All right, and so I went ahead and die cut, like I showed you that scalloped border at the beginning. And this is what it looks like when you die cut it, right? So you have to, I want to fold it over the top around to the back, like this one. And so I did that very thing. So let's do it, so you can see me do it. I believe October 17th. Yeah, it's right around there, Sylvia. You're right. Yep. Thank you, Belinda. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take my little banner, and it's not like an exact measure from end to end, so there's not like a perfect middle. So, because it's like an inch and an eighth and maybe another 16th. So what I do is I just slide it to where it looks like it's centered between 1 inch and 2. It's going past on both sides, but try to get it nice and straight, and then just score it down the middle. It doesn't matter a whole lot because you're not going to see the back side. So if it's a little deeper on the back side instead of the front, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. And I'm looking at comments. Where will it be? Another where will it be? It's going to be in Alberta, Canada. And I do not know the name of the exact hotel just yet. Els does. And so does Yosette. Hello, Lois. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Okay, since this paper is on the thicker side, I like to give it a really good burnish with a bone folder. And of course, it's way too long. This is just how it die cuts. So what I like to do is take it and lay it behind. And I've kind of tried to keep all of mine about the same as far as is a white stripe over here, you know, all that. So I'm just gonna get that in place, hold it tight, and then make a little pencil mark. And this is just where I know to put the tape, not to trim it yet. I want to trim it once it's on here, which I would advise. So we're going to use a little double-sided adhesive tape. Diane, yeah, I hope you can go, Diane, because aren't you in Canada as well? No, it's not a week, it's a long weekend. Just like last time. I believe we're running it from a Friday to Tuesday. Too far from the Netherlands, Jenny. Yeah. Well, you guys just had a lovely retreat there, right? I hope that you were able to go to that one. So I'm just using some double-sided adhesive, and I'm stopping and trimming where I made those pencil lines, top and bottom, because it's going to wrap around the back, of course. uh, Els is on her way at this very moment to go to the airport to pick up Esther. Esther and Marloes. Marloes or Marlou? I don't know if we say the S. I'm looking at comments. Banff is magical. Oh my gosh, yes, because I just seen the view from Elsa's video to me this morning, and it was just breathtaking. All right, so let's get this on here, and I can see my pencil lines, and I can also see my tape, of course. So I'm just going to get that on there, and then fold this over. And then you can trim this off and re-ink that edge. Well, that was a little crooked. That's okay. That's all right. Belinda says she's been using my tip on the grain of the paper for folding. Really helps paper not to crack. Yes, thank you. It is definitely one of those tips that it actually works. In some cases you don't have to worry about it too much, but often in other cases you really do. Okay, there's that one. Let's see, where can you find all the info of those retreats and maybe someday even purchase one? Oh, thank you, Femke. She's telling me yes. You say the yes. Marloes. The Elizabeth Craft Designs website, perhaps. Definitely the Facebook page here where you are. The family page. I'm sure that we will be advertising everywhere we possibly can. Okay, 2 more to go real quick here. In Dutch, you say the S. Thank you, Saskia. Where am I from, says Dorothy. Dorothy Green, same last name as me. Well, originally I'm from Michigan, here in the States. But I have lived in Florida forever. And then we just moved, gosh, not just, because now it's been 2.5 years, to Greenville, South Carolina, which we love. Love, love. We downsized from a house to a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was the best thing we ever did. Okay, 1 more to go. How we doing? I can't take too long here. Welcome, Jody. Karen is asking me, can I repeat the tip? And that is when you're scoring paper, especially like in particular, if you were going to make, say, like a mini album that had a hinge system where you had to score the hinge part, the inner hinge, where all the pages were going to attach. That's something that's very interactive. You're going to turn those pages a lot over time. This one is not super critical, so I didn't mention it on the folding and scoring of the strip that goes across the top here. But for something like the album, you want to, before you score, let me grab a piece of paper somewhere. You want to check the grain of your paper before you start scoring. So if you grabbed any sheet of paper, and this is from the Christmas Lives Here collection, if you bend it one way and turn it and bend it the other way, one way folds so much easier, okay? And that's this way on this particular one. This one resists a little bit. So when you are going to make score lines, you want to go with the grain, the softest, easiest fold. You want to go this way. And then that way you're not fighting against the grain of the paper, and it won't crack when you go to fold it. score it, all that stuff. Because cracking has been an issue, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. Wow, lots of comments. I'm sorry, they're all flying by me. I'm trying to keep moving here, so I'm sorry if I've missed your comment. Okay, so let's move on. Next, we will go with this little guy here. And I mentioned that I had used just a few more dies that I was going to bring up. Now, if you have a circle punch, certainly you can use one. This measures 1 3/4 inches round, okay? And I do have a punch that size. However, I also have the fitted circle dies, which have, is that what they're actually called? Stitched circles, okay, by Yoset. It has a nice little, you know, stitched line around the circle. So that's what I used, and it's the second smallest one in the set for what I'm doing here. And then, of course, our cute little almost doily thing here. Hello from the Netherlands. I like the banner. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, thank you. So on this, you only want to put some glue around the outside of the circle, of course, because we got this hole in the middle. And I've got a little piece of release sheet here so I don't get glue all over the table. And we'll just get that right in the middle. Kinda, sorta. All right, and then we're gonna do our, you can do your letters later. I think that might be smart. So let's put that one aside to dry just for a second. And so what I've done on mine is pop them up with some foam tape. And just in the middle, I didn't fuss with all these crazy edges. Like, comment, and share. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Sue. All right, so I'm looking at my original one. And yes, we still have to punch the holes. But so my little doily thing is going up into the stripe. And there is, you know, these large little scallops that I'm kind of trying to keep top and sides. So there's that one. So we'll just go ahead and do all these. Yes, Belinda. Man, yeah, you are on it with the ideas today. Yes. Wonderful. All right, this one. Easy, easy so far, right? And this one has foam tape. Thank you, Jenny. Who said that before you? Let me see. I'm still getting used to having a laptop with a, oh, there's some, oh gosh. Oh gosh, Waldo Carmichael. Gosh darn it. Laura, is that you? I hate that I can't remember that. I see your face, I see it. I just don't remember. You're going to have to tell me. Okay, so I'm going to put foam tape on this one that we just made. Yeah, I love, you know, like the iris shutter add-ons. Oh my gosh. I think I've used them more on just pages as decoration than actually on the shutter. They're so pretty. Thank you, Laura. Rats just got, what? Just got home, Kristen. Oh, hi, Kristen. No, you haven't missed much. I've been chatting a lot. Just starting my banner. And of course, you know, everybody knows it's saved. So you can come back and watch another time. Yeah, my little tan circle's a little off center on this one, so it's throwing me off. But do we care much? We don't care much. Okay, pretty. All right, now we've got our letters, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I did pop these up as well. So you can see a little black foam tape there, dimensional foam tape. I'm going to show you an alternative if you just can't stand that idea, because it is a little fussy to do it. And I'll show you how I do it real quick. I'll just grab a letter. I've got an extra V over here. Just in case you wonder, you know, it's just a roll of regular foam tape, but I just used some non-stick scissors and I just cut teeny little slivers like that. And I stick them on the back. It is very tedious, yes, and I have an alternative if you just can't stand that idea. And that is, now this to me is tedious as well, but it's a nice option. You could make a dimensional letter by die cutting the letter, like this is 8 times, out of fairly thick cardstock, you know, 80-pound or so. And I just glued one right on top of the other. And so you've got, it's like a nice little chipboard letter. It's cool. So it gives it dimension, but without having to pop it up. So just an idea. If you're crazy like me, you don't mind fussing with all this foam tape. Oh, maybe okay, so if you, who said that? I couldn't find any banners. Was that Peggy? Penny. Yeah, it's not called banners. That's why. It's called fitted fishtails. And so maybe that's why you're not seeing them on the website. Or maybe they're just, you know, they're already scarfed up, the few that they had left. I do believe that Elle said they were not going to restock that particular die. So that's why I steered clear of using it today. Fun foam, yes. Yes. Oh, I've not cut fun foam from the you know, die cut it. Does that die cut well? Who said that? Fun foam. Linda, have you die cut that and you found that I guess you maybe have to stack that up too, right? Because it's not, you can't cut anything super thick. And Jackie, hi Jackie. Jackie does the cutest things, you guys. Have you seen her stuff on the blog and on the Facebook page? I'm a big fan of Jackie Jasper. Her stuff is so cute. So well done. Thank you, Kristen. Tammy liked, commented, shared. Thank you. You love the banners. Thank you. Thank you. Magnetic strips, put them on the back. Each of these and put them on your refrigerator. Oh, yes. That's a great idea, Sue. Welcome, Margaret. It doesn't matter if you're late. That's okay. When does the sale start? It started at midnight today already, this morning. When I got up, which was super early, it was going. Okay, now before I forget, because I know I'm going to forget if I don't do it now, is punching these holes. Little tip here, because you got to join these together unless you want to do the magnets and put them on the fridge. But I actually want to hang mine and tie them together with some pretty ribbon. So if you can see the holes there, I don't know. I just used the large hole of my crocodile. And I talk about this all the time, setting your stopper on your crocodile. If nobody knows what I'm talking about, I know some of you do. There is a platen right there, that black thing, and you can slide it. And so I slid it to 3/8 of an inch, which is 1, 2, 3 of the big ticks, okay? So that doesn't allow me to go any further than that when I go to slide it in. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm coming in from the side. That black stopper is stopping me from going any further. And I'm just kind of getting centered there. And then same thing over here. Okay, so that's how I accomplish that. So I'm going to go ahead and do all those while I can. Hi Vicky, she's liked, commented, and shared for the drawing. Yes, these lives are fun, right? Awesome. George is here. Thank you. I need to make one with my grandson. Yes, I think this would be such a cute project for a kid's room or just for kids. I missed the beginning. What die? Oh, I named off a bunch. Oops, so sorry. Yeah, you're going to have to go back. Who asked me that? Lori. Yeah, if you don't mind, just kind of rewatch the beginning. I do talk about, and there's several that I used. so that I don't have to repeat all that. Maybe you can go back and check it out. Thank you, Karen. I'm glad you found that to be a helpful tip. I know a lot of people don't know about that little stopper. After all these years of owning a crocodile. Okay. All right, we got them all done now. We can put away the crocodile. Let's see, as for tipping getting paper out, you punch it. I use the big bite version. The punch pieces fall through, so no problem. Oh yeah, and I have the big bite too. The bigger crocodile. It's just this big old thing you stick on the table though, so I tend not to use it during lives, but it does push out that stuff that gets plugged in the holes. So all we have left to do here is to add our beautiful greenery. And so I have started some of it, and I'll show you what I used. Another oldie but goodie. The Winter Greens die set from, gosh, I don't know if it was last year, year before. I get a lot of use out of this one because there's just a smaller holly. It looks like, you know, just different fur and twigs. I don't know. I don't know my plants. Anyway, so I went ahead and die cut some holly, and I die cut a whole bunch. And again, I'm using the paper from the collection. So this is what it looks like on the back. It's got this beautiful variegated green. And I basically cut one full one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then another set that, you know, maybe is a partial. Okay, we're going to put one and another, but not the whole thing. We don't want it to look perfectly the same. So just like maybe 2 or 3 from one and the whole one from another. Okay, and I'm going to demo on this one. This is a different paper with, so you might see me flip it over and get confused, but I didn't have enough of the one that I'm working on for the actual banner. But to do this little demo, I use this one. Okay, so what I have done is I have I have inked the edges, not rounded the edges, with just some brown ink. Let's see. All right, now if y'all start talking Dutch, I got to hit translate. Let's see if I can get you back now. Oh, there we are. Okay. It went so fast I missed it. I'm sorry. So I am just taking the good old, you know, tweezers here, and I'm going to give it a little pinch at the base of the holly, just the base, okay? Just so you kind of get that effect there. Because this is going to go a little bit behind our doily and our letters, so we don't want it to be too dimensional, you know, not coming forward too much, because we are going to slide some of this underneath. I feel like it's time for a drink of water. Thank you, Lois. I'm glad you think they're so cute. So we'll do a little bit here. And so I did a whole bunch of these before we went live, of course, and did my little snow on them so that they could dry before we got started. So I'll show you those. I got them behind me here. Hopefully I won't rip my microphone off doing this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some snow on our little holly. And so you see these have already been shaped and now they're snowy. So the way that I've done that, and there might be, you know, a couple different products that you can use. I know that I learned about this from L's probably last year, and I ran out and got some. So it's just something you can find in the craft store. You could use Grit Paste by Ranger. It just has a dimension to it. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's very pasty. And they say on the directions to give it a stir before you start. So you can see it's like chunky frosting and has a lot of body, and it dries pretty quickly. And you could apply this with a paintbrush. You could apply it with this, whatever this thing's called, palette knife. but I just use my fingers. And the way that I would do that is just dip my finger in a little bit and start touching just kind of the outside edges and maybe sprinkle a little bit on the inside. Just the way that snow would kind of land on a leaf. Diane said it looked yummy, like frosting. Yeah, I don't think we should eat it. But gosh, I think kids would have fun with this part especially, because you get your hands in it and it's just fun and it looks like real snow. Okay, and you can touch a little, you know, on the stem or whatever, but I mean that's it. And I did these over here, gosh, about an hour ago. I don't think it takes very long at all to dry. But just to make sure that they were perfectly dry, I did them an hour ago, and they are really super duper dry. Yeah, kids would probably put it on each other, Belinda, you're right. Yep, they'd start smearing it in each other's hair and giggling, having a great time. Okay, so now that that is done, we know how to do that. We can start to add those on. And I'll just get this guy into view a little bit here. In fact, let's get that out of the way and we'll put this side by side. All right, so we're going to take a full one. And you can see how it's going behind there. It's got to be flattened out a little bit. And also, because we have some foam tape back there, we're going to have to trim some of this off. Now, glue, not super important. You can use your kid's choice. You could use super thick. I'm just going to use my good old art glitter glue since it's right here. And I'm going to squeak it under there. Okay. I'm going to show you how I did this, but I have to get this underneath there. I just realized this is another one of the die cuts, but we have some of this microfine glitter on there, so I'm going to show you that. Els does it all the time, and I just don't know why I don't use glitter enough, but I decided I'm going to. I'm going to start using glitter more because I love the microfine glitter, and I'll tell you the color it is and everything here when we get to going. Okay, let's see comments real quick. Don't want to miss anything. Thank you, Petra. Snowtex. Okay. Yeah, Snowtex. It's pretty cool. All right, and then I've got this little guy. I think I'll do that later, though. Let's see. We'll grab one of these partial ones here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and do some of my lighter colored guys because all I have is this really bright one, and this is sort of on top to fill in. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump forward and do that real quick. We'll do some glittering. All right, I made myself a little glitter box just like Els. Just like Els. I got my box and I got my glitter. I got my little soft brush. I've got a coffee filter, and I don't have the flat Swiffers. I just have the big puffy ones, which great, but it's not the same. So if you've never done this before, Els shows this all the time. You die cut, you pick your paper, and you die cut it with the double-sided adhesive, like sheets on top. Okay, so when I peel this away, that's the pretty paper that I want, but I'm going to glitter it with some of the, I believe it's the Cool Diamond. And I want to do these all at once so I save my efforts. The hardest part for me here is just to get it to let go of me when I put it in here. I don't know if you guys have that issue. Let me take a look at the comments. You guys are talking about Snowtex. Yes, Els does make it look easy. That is true. She does. And I need to cover up my glue. so it doesn't dry out. Okay, I got one more. We're getting there. And honestly, I probably could do quite a few more. But these are all I have prepared right now, so I will just do a few. We probably, yeah, it's 2:45 and I want to show you some other things, so we probably won't, completely complete the banner. But you will get the gist, and we'll put a couple of the pennants together, and also I'll show you the little one I want to do across the top. Okay, so this is Cool Diamond. And just going to dump it just like Els does all over the top. Okay, and then Els takes her little brush and she brushes the excess, and then she polishes with her fingers. So I'm doing all the things she tells me to do. And the polishing just kind of sets it in there. There's not going to be any more coming off once you get done polishing. It just sets it. So it's really beautiful. So we'll do that with all these while I take a peek at the comments. Glitter would be all over myself and my house if I tried. Yes. Definitely ends up in a lot of places. But to me, that's the fun. I mean, I'm inky and painty. I don't care. That's how I am all the time. Why not add a little glitter into it, right? So has Yolanda been here today? Does she know? It's secret time already? I can't tell yet. A little bit closer. Maybe about 5 minutes till. How's that? It'll be here before we know it. I am very excited. I usually glitter my dog, some. Yeah, I'm sure Suitcase had glitter on her at some point or another. Okay, and then we dump this back in, and then we can change colors. Now, I'm sure that Els probably uses the same coffee filter over and over. I just use one for each color. Just for sake of time, I just had one for this other color. So now this is this die cut, and we're going to use that darker pretty color, which is Ice Teal. No time like the present, I've been all over my house for years. Oh yeah. Yep. All right, so we'll do 4 of these, and then we'll just finish up one of those banners. I think you're getting the gist as far as how this goes. Oh, Yolanda was here. Good, so she knows she won. Awesome. And she knows what she needs to do to get her $50. Awesome. All righty, second color, Ice Teal. This is the prettiest color. Ooh, I love it. And quite honestly, I didn't need to die cut those out of colored paper, because I did one out of, let's see. No, that's out of that paper too. I tested it. I did it on like just white, and really the effect is the same because this is very opaque glitter. So in the case of the Cool Diamond, though, you definitely see some of your paper color showing through. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ice Teal is a gorgeous color. Yes, it is, Penny. I agree. All right. A little more to go. Then we get to the secret. Actually, I'm just going to skip those last 2 because I got one here. But you guys get the gist. I will take care of this later. All right, so let's do the E and get her done. And then connect these 2, and then we will... Oh, there's Joseph. Welcome, Joseph. He's a little late, but that's all right. He's here. I'm happy. Happy to see him. Okay. And really, we don't have to go all the way out to these ends. We can just get that on there. Slide it underneath. If you were jumping in late, then you may have missed us talking about the Black Friday sale going on all week until next Tuesday. And you just have to use that code BF2022 for 30% off your entire order. So that's unbelievably great. All right, so this one I cut off little bits and pieces here and there because I don't need that big, giant, dark, glittered thing necessarily. But that's where I would just use it for filler here and there. Maybe we'll put this one over here like that, and then maybe this little small guy over here. So we'll do that real quick. My glue is starting to plug. Is Robin here? Robin would be saying, you didn't lay your glue down like I told you. She told me once, if you just lay your bottle on its side, it won't plug up so easy. And it's true. I just forget. Stop teasing, it's secret time. Okay. All right, all right. Well, once I start talking about that, then we won't be able to get back to this. So let me just show you real quick. We are going to go over time just a little bit. So I hope you can be patient with me. Okay, so we'll call that done. And then, simple enough, we're going to take some pretty ribbon. I've got this sort of green seam binding. It kind of ties in with the green that we're using. And I'm just going to connect these with shorter pieces and just tie them into a simple knot, I believe, not a bow or anything. So I would just join these this way. And then we'll show you this little one that's going to go above it. Yes, 30% started today. Yes, it did. At early this morning when I got up, it was already going on. So it must have been like midnight because we got people all over the world waiting for it to start at different times. So come back here. Okay, so just quickly, you know, you want to have a little bit of space, so I'll probably adjust that later, and I'll trim these little tails once I adjust it so that they're quite a bit shorter. Okay, so you can envision it, right? M-E-R-R-Y. And like I said, I will put a photo of the completed banner up on my door, and I will post it here in the group. But I want to show you what I want to add to the very top, because it just says Merry, and I want it to say Very Merry. So this is where I use that smaller tag. And so I'm going to do Very and then Merry. So I left the E to show you how it comes together. Super simple. And I will just, you know, run a different colored ribbon through those. And you'll see it when I take the photo and share it. You'll see how that comes together. Everybody still hanging in there with me? I haven't looked over at the comments in a few minutes. Thank you, Robin. She thinks it's gorgeous. That's very nice. Okay, we're coming. Okay, one more die I used. If you happen to have it. There are snowflakes on so many dies, you guys. This one is from Yosette, I believe last year. The Snowflake Variety Pack has a whole bunch of snowflakes, but gosh, if you have the Christmas sweater, it has a snowflake, so many of them. I think the new hot cocoa mug, I think, has a snowflake. So, oops, it's not like you have to have this snowflake set, but just any. And again, I use that teal paper that we've been using so everything ties in together. And these go a little lower than the center. And then we've got our letter, which of course I popped up. Yeah, the sale, the sale is great. I mean, 30% off of everything. This is your time to buy. Okay, awesome. Okay, so very Mary. Okay, I will post a picture, I promise. Okay, are we ready for the secret? My big secret. I'm very, very excited about my big secret. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. The big secret. Here's a little teaser. Here's a little teaser. If you know me, you know I love bees, right? There's a bee. There's a moth. There's a dragonfly. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff over there. I have been asked by Els to design some dies and stamps. And that is what I'm going to do. So that's my big secret. We are shooting for a spring release of all kinds of sweet spring related images and projects. So we will definitely be teasing about that and sharing little things with you as it gets closer and we get everything really ironed out. But yes, that's what's happening next for me. So I've been a very, very busy girl in the background, but very happy to be here today doing the live. I thank you guys for joining me. What time? Gosh, it's not even 3. We did pretty good. Maybe I could just show you really quick my idea for the little guys, because they have a hole in the middle and you're probably wondering, well, how are you going to do that? So I'm going to take some white seam binding this time, and I'm going to take some red twine. I'll get this all out of the way, and I'm going to tie a bow around the twine. No, I'm going to tie a bow with the twine around the ribbon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you guys for joining me. And thank you for sharing in my secret. Very excited. A lot of big new changes for Elizabeth Crafts coming down the pike, with David being on the head of our art journaling series. Okay, and so still you may wonder, how are we going to connect this? So at this point, when they're all done like this, then you have this where you can pass under some more ribbon or twine to connect them all. So that's my plan for that. Okay, now we are at 3 o'clock and I'm going to sign off for today. I thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you make yourself a fun Christmas banner. And I will look forward to seeing you guys soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.